When the Varenthi first arrived, descending from their jade-colored ships like gods come to judge, they looked upon humanity with a mixture of pity and scientific fascination. They were a race of ageless beings, their lifespans measured not in centuries but in millennia. Their skin shimmered with starlight, their movements slow and deliberate, each word carrying the weight of eons. To them, humans were tragic creatures, burning fast, dying young, stumbling through brief, chaotic lives. They called us the Flickerborn, their scholars whispering among themselves that perhaps we should be preserved in domes, studied like rare insects. When they first landed in New Tokyo's shattered skyline, they offered salvation in exchange for surrender. "We will share our gifts," they promised. "We will take your fragile cells and still your aging. We will erase disease. You will know no more loss." At first, many leaders bowed eagerly, desperate to escape the curses of cancer and decay. But not all of us. A woman named Samira, an artist who painted city walls with neon flames, stood before the Varenthi delegation with her paint-streaked hands. "You think we want to live forever?" she asked, voice echoing off broken concrete towers. "You think death is our shame?" The Varenthi elders watched her, unblinking. One stepped forward, his translucent cloak rustling like dry leaves. "Why cling to decay? Why not accept eternity, become unbroken?" Samira laughed, bright, sharp, reckless. "Because it's the breaking that makes us alive," she cried, flinging her hands wide. "We don't want to stretch forever like a line that never ends. We want to burn, to leap, to dance so hard we tear the floorboards up and fall into each other's arms. We want to cry at sunsets because we know there won't be infinite more. We love because we must lose. That's why every heartbeat is a drum of war and love at once." That night, she and her friends lit bonfires across the city, each flame a shout against the silent eternity the Varenthi offered. Street dancers twisted beneath electric skies. Old men played violins until their bows snapped. Lovers kissed as if tomorrow were certain to vanish. Humanity roared in paint, in song, in heartbreak, and in laughter that shook the steel skeletons of fallen skyscrapers. The Varenthi could only watch, bewildered. They saw a grandmother with oxygen tubes dance in her kitchen to a forgotten love song. They watched a child sprint into ocean waves, giggling as cold water slammed her chest. They saw a young man carve a poem into a wall he knew would be demolished by dawn. Everywhere, they saw fragile bodies moving as if each moment were both first and last, because for humans it might be. I was there too. I saw an old boxer, body covered in scars and broken joints, teach a girl how to throw her first punch. His hands trembled when he tied her gloves, but his grin was pure lightning. "Live quick," he told her, tapping her chest where her heart hammered like a trapped animal. "Hit hard. Love harder. We don't get second rounds." When the Varenthi elders met again, they spoke in hushed, shimmering tones. Some wanted to force their gift upon us. Others argued that perhaps they had misunderstood what it meant to live. It was Samira who finally stood before them once more, streaked in ash and neon, voice raw but unyielding. "You envy us," she said softly, meeting the starlit gaze of the eldest Varenthi. "Not because we die, but because we dare to live knowing we will die." She held up a tiny glass vial, inside it a spark from one of the defiant fires that had lit the city all week. "We live like lightning," she said, her hand trembling, bright, dangerous, gone in a breath, but in that breath we can set whole worlds on fire. The eldest Varenthi reached out and touched the vial. For a moment, his eternal eyes glowed with something almost human, longing. Then he turned, wordlessly, and the other Varenthi followed him. Their ships lifted, slicing the night sky open like a blade of green light, vanishing beyond the stars. We never saw them again. But sometimes, on especially bright nights, we imagine them drifting between galaxies, carrying that spark with them, trying to understand it, perhaps even trying to feel it. After they left, we rebuilt. We fought. We fell in love and lost and found each other again. We threw ourselves into music that broke our hearts, into art that no one would remember, into friendships that felt like galaxies exploding. We never got our promised eternity. But we lived each hour as if lightning had struck us, quick, brilliant, terrifying, and beautiful beyond all measure. And when the stars watch us, they do not see pity anymore. They see us burning, fierce and unstoppable, and they finally understand why we chose the blaze over forever.